What up, everybody? We're Gene.
Cracking. I'm Jay.
And we're leveling up
with Gene and Jay.
Fuck, man.
We did it.
This is kind of our first episode.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's not.
It is not.
Tell them, Jay, what the fuck happened? Sorry, guys.
Well, it's a great way to start the podcast because, ladies and gentlemen, we actually started off. We had episode 1 already, and we're going to show you guys some clips of that throughout today's podcast. But to make a long story short, we had a whole podcast. Everything was going great. And then at the end of the podcast, I realized that I didn't hit record on GarageBand, right?
I didn't either.
So we kind of took an L there. Well, I took an L, but
hey, it happens.
It happens.
This is brand new to us.
This
We're
is
kind of
brand new.
learning as we go.
Yep. So to eliminate that altogether, we ended up going, I know you can't see it right now. We'll show it later. We got what's called a Zoom Pod Track P4, which is an awesome podcast. It literally just focuses on podcasters and audio for podcasters. So really big ups. We don't even need this anymore, but we have these for research purposes, of course. So,
Right.
So without further ado, welcome. What is cracking, man? Cheers, brother.
Man, this is kind of nerve-wracking,
Yeah,
man.
it is a little
it's
bit.
It's exciting more than anything.
Yeah.
But
Stretch it. Tell us a little bit about that.
about what?
Why is it nerve-wracking?
So, I'm not, it's not really my forte. I don't
Yeah.
broadcast things on social media. I do have a YouTube page,
Yep.
Sean Farrell.
And
And it's kind of, I'm watching my dread journey. You know what I
Yep.
mean? But it's very minimal. I do it every 3 or 4 months.
yeah. But
So, yeah.
I mean, it's cool to see it though. When you see your original to where you are now, dude, it's freaking fascinating.
Right.
How long you been doing the YouTube?
So my dreads, I've been growing them out. I think I'm on 4 years now, man. Almost 4 years.
What?
So, yep, 3.5 years.
Has it been that long?
3.5 with these guys.
Yeah.
And then this here, I just hit my 2-year mark.
Congratulations
So this right
on
here,
your
thank
2-year
you, man.
anniversary.
Yeah, man. Dreadiversary.
Dreadiversary.
It's a dreadiversary.
Okay. I like that.
I have a lot of dreadication. I like
Right.
So, yeah, it's been 2 years for these guys. 3.5 for this up here.
Yeah. I mean, that's awesome, man. I mean, it looks great. So I remember you were telling me, like, you were hoping to go for the pull down at first, correct?
So I envision my dreads kind of like looking like Bob Marley's or
no woman, no cry.
what's the other dude's name, man?
His son, maybe? His son got dreads? Or J. Cole? J. Cole kind of got...
Not J. Cole. What's that dude's name, man?
Well, don't stress too much about it.
Yeah, it don't matter. But, so yeah.
But people get it, right? You wanted to go with the pull down, like, comfortable, throw your hair all over the place type dreads, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And what happened?
It didn't quite turn out that way. Like, so what they call mine is neglected dreads.
Damn, that sounds hurtful.
Yep. So I basically,
But accurate.
I just let my hair do what it do.
Okay.
Some people, they grow their dreads, and like with my beard, for instance, every once a week I'll just do like this.
We'll make sure like our viewers are getting a good shot of that. So make sure like they see that.
Yep. So I do nothing to this except for
it's beautiful.
Once a week I may just pull them apart because they want to combine, like how my hair is. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like tentacles, dude. Definitely. Just reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
I get that a lot, man. It's crazy because I go places and people just look at me funny and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it,
But it's your journey, right? This is something new that you wanted to do, and it's been, like you said, 4 years, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, almost 4 years, man.
Wow.
How about your hair, Jay? You have something different going on.
So
Can we talk about that?
There's a little something going on. So, like, yes, if anyone's like paying attention right now, looking like, why is there a light shining in my face right now? It's probably because reflection from this bald area that I got going on. So, it's going to be a thrown right back to you, because for those viewers that do know us, they know what I did before. I did, like a couple years back, I did George Jefferson.
He killed it.
I grew my hair out for 6 freaking months naturally to look like George Jefferson. I think we're going to pull up a photo for it right about now.
Move it on up.
Move it on up.
To the side.
And like in all reality, it was kind of like Frankenstein's monster because you were Dr. Frankenstein. Tell that like he started it. He got me involved in it. So go ahead.
So I always thought like if I was balding,
Yeah.
that I would just ride. I would ride it out. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna, I would embrace it.
Yeah.
And so I thought, you're balding.
Yeah, I am.
And so I suggested it to you, like, man, why don't you embrace your baldness, man?
Yep.
Dude, George, because it was towards Halloween.
It was.
I'm like, why not?
Well, 6 months before.
Yeah.
Like, and I was thinking about my costume.
Right. Because Justin does it big every time for Halloween.
I mean, not Heidi Klum big because she, like, celebrity wise, she goes hard with her costumes. But, all of us really do. I mean, all the parties we had, you and Rochelle were killing it.
Yeah.
Cliff came through killing it before. So there's been huge ones. But, like, growing the hair, like, it was crazy because no one else knew what I was doing. Only G knew like what was really happening. So like each month you were always encouraging me. Like I'd have down moments. Like I'd be brushing my teeth and shit. And then I just spitting and look up like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Like, so it's the same though in the dread community. Like there's certain times where like I walk by a mirror and I just see myself like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Like, you look ridiculous right now.
Sorry. I mean, it's real though.
Like I'll just go in the bathroom and I'll be washing my hands. I look up, I'm like, damn.
Do you think like you look rough or?
Just nobody.
It's just a lot going on.
Just nobody looks like this. It's something different. You know what I mean? And
so every reaction's new then and organic, basically.
It is.
So that's cool.
It's fun because kids really like my look. You know, I see kids and they're just staring like, oh my god.
Yeah, and we talked about the fact that dogs actually react to you differently.
They do. So yeah, Justin's dog.
This is real.
He doesn't like me, man. Like
Not at all.
He's tried to bite me a few times. He barks at me and
dude,
he's scared of me.
I don't know what it is. Well, we thought we didn't know what it is, but we're leaning towards
it's my hair.
It's your hair.
I mean, it's weird because like I've had other dogs react to me that way, but then my brother and sister, Tim and Nina, their dogs I was over there last weekend. They ran up to me. I was petting them.
Like open paws and shit.
They're
like,
all good.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, why are these dogs being all right?
Are they trained?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So I guess we don't know then. We don't have all the facts of why Riley has a certain discrepancy.
What do you think? I mean, you've seen it.
I personally think it is the dreads. I think because they're just, I think you like in the animal kingdom, maybe you just kind of look like a predator or something to them. So I don't know, but that's great though, man. So here we are, two naturally hair growing cats that just decided to start a podcast.
It's kind of a weird starter to our podcast. Talking about ourselves and our hair.
We just jumped right. Hey, speaking of which, if y'all want to follow Gene's dread journey, follow him on what?
Sean Farrell.
Sean Farrell.
So, yeah, hop on YouTube.
Right up there.
Sean Farrell. I have videos like through the whole thing.
Okay.
From when I started with Twisted Dreads to what I got going on now.
Yeah. And the more they follow this podcast and they'll be able to kind of see the journey and continue, right?
Right.
Sweet.
Right.
And same for me. I don't personally have a George Jefferson grow because now we're not going with George Jefferson. I actually decided to do a new one. So you guys are just going to have to wait to see that. So, but like you said, I mean, it was a weird way to kind of jump in, but I think we're here anyway. So welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Thank you for watching.
Absolutely.
Jay, I want to talk about how this all came together.
Okay.
I'll start it off. I remember several years ago, I don't remember how many, maybe 7, maybe 6 years, something along those lines.
Yeah.
You said that you wanted to do a podcast.
Yep.
And this was before podcasts were popular.
Yeah.
You know
well,
I mean?
I think it was like when podcasts first started, they died out, and then that slow comeback. that they're starting to make now. So I think it was like maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. And like I had the equipment, so I already did like I had like mics and stuff because I was doing music as well, and I decided I wanted to do a podcast. Cliff was actually, shout out to Cliff because he was also like encouraging me from the beginning. Big shout out to Cliff, big bro.
Yep.
He was trying to get me to do it, but it was a lot of work to put into it, and like I didn't have a niche or whatever it's called.
Right,
like I didn't have all that. So I kind of just benched it and just worked on music and then worked on voiceovers and just never looked back on podcasts.
Right. And so
give it like years later, now we fast forward.
Yeah, fast forward. Not to get into the details, but right now, me and my family are staying over here.
Yep.
And immediately when we came through, I was like, Jay, what's up with that podcast, man? You still want to do a podcast?
And it was crazy, too, because you came to me, like, just so nonchalantly one day. Like, and I knew because, like, for the last couple of weeks, I was noticing you were, like, watching some on YouTube and stuff a lot. And then it turned out to be, who was it? It's Joe Rogan?
Yep, I watched Joe Rogan. I have Mike Tyson. And then I watched several others too, you know what I mean? And I thought it was like amazing. Like, dude, what an awesome job.
Yeah.
Shoot the shit with people.
Yeah.
And
just kick it.
Might get paid for it.
You know,
if you
never
don't,
know.
At least you're doing something that you are passionate about.
I mean, Zoom PodTrack P4, hit us up if you want to. Canon, you know what I mean? XF105, Apple, y'all can hit us up all day. You know, we have possible sponsors, but I don't know, or what I just listed might get us sued. Like, you weren't supposed to say our names, but
they should be happy about that.
They should, because this is going to be a lit-ass podcast, man. I have really good faith in this.
I agree. Like, we're just starting out. We don't really know what to do.
No.
Exactly how to go about this. Nope. But we're going to figure it out.
Yep. As we go.
Yep. And we also want viewer participation.
Ooh, you know what I mean? Good one. Thank you for bringing that up.
Right. Like, what do our viewers want out of us?
And we want them to be engaged as much as possible. And not just by viewing us, but by, like you said, participating. We want y'all to comment. We want you guys to, you know, let us know how we're doing or what, like, if we have a subject that y'all would love for us to talk about, drop it in the comments. You know what I mean? Bring that stuff up because we want to be able to have more and more things to talk about, you know?
Engaging and, like you said earlier, organic conversation, and hopefully something that people can learn from, and also just have fun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. You know, like,
and eventually we might have lives where like people are live. Talk to us, and
if anything, it gives us an hour away from the wives and drink a beer.
Hey, church.
I'm just kidding, babe. Don't kill me. But I mean, you know, we will. You know, we were thinking about even bringing out the wives because we want to be able to give a huge shout out. I mean, obviously, the huge shout out to my wife Bree for helping set up this set, dude. I mean, she went. My wife's, you know, a welder's daughter. She just has building in her brains. Like, I feel like she really would have went places with IKEA. She started working there. You know,
she did a wonderful job, man.
Yeah, she
helping
did.
out with this, man.
She did.
We couldn't have done it without her.
Yeah, like if we backed up the Zoom and let's show them like the way this thing is set up, it's absolutely insane. So big shout out to the wifey, good looking, and then Roach.
Yep, Roach came through too, man. She actually came up with this name, guys.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know, we're sitting back, we're trying to figure out what to call our podcast, and she came up with. She was like, level up.
Yeah.
That's what you are trying to do. You're trying to level up.
We are like, what we say, well, we want to be able to have engaging conversations. We want to help people like learn a few things, or just if you can watch it and maybe take something from it or better your lives. And we just kept throwing shit at her. And then she said what? She said, level up.
Yeah.
Why don't you just level up?
Then we both did like this. I think she's on to something.
Oh my God. That's like it's a video meme.
And then Jay didn't play. The next day he went and got this thing.
Yeah, this that definitely took it was a good day. You know, we did like 8 designs trying to figure out what the logo looks like. You know, we'll pull it up right now. I'm sure you're seeing it right now, a more bigger look of what the logo looks like and stuff. And
right.
But yeah, big shout out to Roach for that. So it's definitely a family affair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Eventually we'll have them on. Maybe today.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll shoot them a text.
You
might
never
come
know.
through.
It might happen.
We'll see how it goes.
Absolutely, dude.
Our children, eventually they'll come on. You know what I mean?
Get guests on. I mean, and overall, like, obviously our goal, we want to just have conversations with people of all different shapes, sizes, races, creeds, religions, you know what I mean? Like, political stance, like, we want to be able to just have great conversations with people and maybe learn something cool along the way.
And a lot of times we're going to have people on this show.
Yeah.
Most of the time. But there's gonna be times where it's just gonna be me and Jay.
Yeah.
Just chopping it up.
Two of us. We might not even have a lot to talk about. You know what I mean? We might just be chilling, talk about the weekend and shit. Like,
we might just be grilling.
Yeah.
Talking man stuff. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like that might happen. So Jay, this setup is amazing, dude, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
It's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And we have to talk about your background and all this, dude. Like,
okay.
You went to school
I did.
Where at?
I went to school at Minnesota School of Business, Glow College.
Yeah.
And the only reason I chuckled at that is because it no longer exists. Because yeah, remember like when I told you, I was like, yeah, man, like I graduated in 2010, and shortly after I graduated, all of a sudden the building just disappeared. Not the building itself, but everything that was in that building just disappeared. I've never even seen anything about Minnesota School of Business anymore. So that's a little messed up because I'm paying tuition still, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't know who I'm paying it to. Like there might be some chubby dude like watching Netflix right now just get to ding every time I just make a $400 payment, like
just counting money.
Yeah. So yeah, I went to school there.
So when you say disappeared, do you mean like in Scooby Doo when things just disappear in thin air?
Yeah, I mean, it almost was, bro. Like it almost was. I don't remember how it happened. I just remember I was driving by there one day and I was like, "What the fuck is the sign?" Like I went to school there. I promise. I should have went in the building and then, "Hello, sir. How may I help you?" Like, "Welcome to the such and such spa or such and such marketing." Like, hold on, man.
Yeah,
we need. I was losing my mind. But anyways, before I get too far on that, to back it up a little bit, obviously I've always loved video, or just entertaining people in general, like that is my passion. That's what I'd love to do. Some people...
I'm so excited to do this with you.
Yeah, I mean,
ditto, you do this for fun.
Yeah. Well, this is new.
Right.
But... yeah, I see exactly what you mean.
You do this type of stuff for fun.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, dude. It's fun. I've been doing it for years. I love filming. I love editing. I love entertaining people. The best feeling, in my personal opinion, dude, in the world is if someone's having a messed up day and then they watch one of my videos that could be just ridiculously obnoxious. Like, some people might just like, what's wrong with this guy? But it changes their dynamic, in that moment. And they could be mad and then not mad for 1 second, So
I think it's powerful, man, to be able to switch somebody's mood.
Yeah.
Like, I watch Dave Chappelle. He's one of the funniest comedians I know.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle, one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, man. It's like for somebody to be able to change somebody's mental mind frame, dude, that's an amazing ability to have, dude.
It really is.
Kudos to you for having that, because you do it every single day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, kudos to ADD if that's real too, because once I'm on that, I just let it do and everything happens. Mm-hmm. But you do the same though, because you're a bartender. You work in a restaurant.
Yep.
One of the best in Minnesota, if you ask me.
Thank you. Yeah,
only because you work there.
I'm at the Yard House, and it's kind of the same deal. I go to work, and no matter what my mood is, it's like I'm on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people come there to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, it might be an anniversary, it might be a birthday.
Yep.
It could be anything. Like
a bar mitzvah.
A bat mitzvah.
A bat mitzvah. Is that like robots?
L'chaim. So a bar mitzvah is for men. A bat mitzvah is for women.
Oh. I'm over here talking about like robots and shit. Sorry, bro. That was fucked up.
Yeah. So
but you love your job though, right? Like
I do.
You know, and you one of the biggest things you always tell me about is you love engaging in conversations with people.
Yep. That's one thing I love about my job is every day is different.
Yeah.
I'm just shooting the shit with different people, having engaging conversations.
Yeah.
And being around grown-ups, because I spend my day with kids, man.
Yeah.
I leave here, I go to work, and I'm around grown folk, talking grown folk things.
Yeah.
Feels good.
So I gotta ask, man, like, is it true, like, you know, like the stigma of people, like when they go to the bar, I mean, I've been that guy, but is it like a real thing where people go to the bar and they're like, you know, they talk about their life problems with a complete stranger?
You know, back in the day, it was more like that. Like when I worked at Granite City, like I had real conversations. Like, you know, I'd just be sitting there like, you know, like you see on the TV, I'm just washing the bar, washing bottles and shit. And
I just got a video of that, like in my head. I just saw it.
And people would talk to you about their issues and stuff. But nowadays, it's not like that, man. Everybody's on their phones. Like,
wow, I didn't even think of it that way.
It's crazy, dude. Like, I don't even really engage and have meaningful conversations with people anymore.
So when you do, you really kind of not go all out, but you embrace it. Yeah.
I like it, man, because it's not often it happens, man. Like people come to the bar and they're doing this the whole time.
Yeah,
which is disappointing. Like if you're going out and about, like conversate with folk. You know what I mean?
I mean, you should. I mean, that's like, what would happen if like all of technology just stopped? You know, obviously it would screw everything up here, but I mean, like hypothetically, if it all happened and it all stopped, I mean,
people got to talk again, share ideas with each other.
It's true. Speaking of which, I mean, what is going on in the world today, dude? I mean, this is 2021. We did come back from a wild ass 2020, dude.
2020 was wild.
I don't even think we need to even talk about that. You know, because obviously people had a year to see. If you didn't know what was going on, now you know. But 21 has been nuts. Like, not matching the same energy, but it's almost like they're not even real entities, but it's almost like they are, because they're battling for who's got the worst year of all, you know? Right. I mean, we got COVID that's still on a rampage all over the place. Yeah. But then you got these vaccines that are now entering this. So we're in the second phase now. It's not COVID, it's vaccine COVID now, you know?
Right.
And obviously, I myself, I took the vaccine. I ended up going with Moderna.
You did?
Yeah, I went with the, well, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I know you took the vaccine, but I wasn't quite sure what you went with.
I went with Moderna.
How's that spelled, man?
Modelo?
Moderna. just kidding.
Modern, I don't know, honestly.
So you put that out there now. You took the vaccine.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I say it right out the bat. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if anyone wants to know, I took it, you know.
Can you tell us why? Are you comfortable with that?
So at least for me, you know, like, and we talked about this before, like in the beginning, obviously, once it came down to come down, like I work at a school, you know, I'm at the middle school, so I'm surrounded by, 1,000 kids and then nearly 300 to 400 staff members.
Right.
My mom obviously has her own health issues. My wife's family isn't surrounded by health issues alone, but there's older folk. And so for me, it was just kind of a no-brainer right there. And like my wife was like, I just don't feel comfortable if you want to take it. Now, I could have had that conversation with her, but I mean, at the end of the day, dude, I'll just be that person and say, I really don't give a fuck.
You were looking out for the greater good.
Right.
Because you were doing it, like, you weren't doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
You were doing it for the greater good.
Yeah. And it wasn't me, like, being influenced by what was being broadcasted or said all around. Right. To me, it was like, well, I have ill ones in my family on both sides. I have no problem taking it. And honestly, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm 40, turning 40. Shout out, big Halloween party. It's going to be popping off. We'll let y'all know about that. So, but for me, I was turning 40. And if because they talk about the long-term effects, right?
Right.
So if that were to happen with me, then by that time, dude, I'll be like in my 60s, 70s, and by that time, I still won't give a fuck. Like,
so hold on.
Oh, I lost my leg. You know what I mean?
You don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
So say in 5 years, all of a sudden you have erectile dysfunction because of it. Would you be a little irritated about that?
I would be a little salty.
So
but
you do give.
Thank God for Netflix. You know, you can Netflix it really chill.
So say in 5 years you got erectile dysfunction, you'd be a little irritated about that,
that would be irritating, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day, like that's just a assumption that has
probably not going to happen,
about, right?
I don't think you really thought about
the
different effects that might have. Like,
I didn't think about the side effects, dude. And which obviously now, so let's fast forward a little bit. So when did I take it? I took it like during last year at some point. I don't even remember, bro. But I think it's been almost 6 months because I didn't, you know, we had all summer and shit. So I would say it's been about 6 months. All fingers, all toes, eyesight's good. Fine. My body's good. My thing's still good.
Still
you know what I mean?
Hard.
Yeah, I'm still like, you know, like shoot for the stars, you know what I'm saying? And even if you miss, you know what I'm saying? So
so it worked out. Like you haven't felt any kind of ill side effects.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
And I'll say not yet because I don't know, you know what I mean? So, but that's kind of where I stand. What about you?
So, you know, I have something very unfortunate to tell you guys. I gotta piss really bad.
Oh God!
There's nothing I can do about it. I gotta go. So Jay, you gotta entertain the crowd.
Wow! And we jumped right on vaccines. So you're just gonna leave me in the middle of vaccine talk?
Sucks, dude.
So I should probably do like a commercial then, right?
Oh, shit. That's where the funny commercial comes into play.
Do you suffer? Go ahead, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm gonna go do this. All right. Do you suffer from male pattern baldness? Hold on now. Is life bringing you down because of your hair? Well, I'm here to tell you right now, who gives a fuck? If you're walking through life and people are bothered because you don't have hair up here but have it on the sides and it's not normal to what everyone else says is, who gives a fuck? Join me on my new journey. Oh, he's not here. Join me on my journey as I grow my hair in paying homage to George Jefferson, who's Isley, I think his name was. Oh God, this is not going well. Like, why the fuck did Gene leave me? Hold on. Sherman Hemsley. That's what I meant. Sherman Hemsley. And other greats like Samuel Jackson when he played Black Snake Moan. All these great characters and real people that suffered from real male pattern baldness. But the truth is, do you allow it to rule your life, or do you embrace it and create a new one? I'm Jay Sherrier, and you're watching Level Up with Gene and Jay. Fuck. Now what's the other commercial? Damn it, this is weird. What am I doing? So anyway, so I guess I'll talk a little bit about the setup, but our viewers can see, this is bad. This is really, really bad. I mean, I had another one. No, it's just bad. I can't think of anything right now. Is that bad? We'll talk about my TikTok. Boom. Look, yo, your boy's got like 30-some thousand followers on TikTok. Popping like a motherfucker. It's great. The name's Jay Sherrier. Go to there if you're looking for some good laughs, a good time. All I like to do is make videos that's for everybody. Like when I talked to Gene earlier and I talked about how it's important to me that when people are feeling a certain type of way about their life, that when they come across my page, they can see it, they can love it, and get a good laugh out of it. And for a few minutes, they can not think about their problems. And that's what's important to me. And that's why I continue to do my TikTok, because it does do that to people. Because at the end of the day, I am you. I do feel where you're coming from. I've been you before. Shit's real, like depression's real, hardship's real. And we all need a way to get away from all that. You know what I mean? So thank you. And then fades to black.
Man.
And then, boom. Hey, welcome back to Level Up with Gene and Jay.
Oh, man, that was a good pee.
Was it a good pee?
Sorry about that.
No, it's
so I guess that's one of the things we got to prepare for. Occasionally, we're going to have to go pee.
Potty breaks.
Occasionally, our wifeys might need our help.
This is true. This is very true.
So where do we leave off? We're talking about the vaccination.
We were on vaccinations, and then I went to you, and then you left us with a cliffhanger. It was like, all right, folks, I got to let y'all down now, and then it turned out to be a potty break. So
yeah, Jay is vaccinated, and I am not. And I got to say, I'm not opposed to vaccination. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just at the point right now where, like, I don't know enough, man. And our society right now is so divisive, man. Like, there's so many falsehoods out there, so much fuckery that, like, I can't decide. You know what I mean? Because one day you hear one thing, the next day you hear the other.
Yeah.
And so it's a hard decision.
So is it a not enough information thing for you?
Yeah. It's a combination of there's not enough information. You know, it's something that's brand new.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there's just so much, like, people don't have honesty and integrity.
Yeah.
In the news, like you don't know who to believe.
There's a lot of fake shit going around.
One day they tell you one thing, the next day they tell you the other, and like you're just like, what the hell?
So as a vaccinated person, I can agree with you there. Like, and we've talked about that before. I don't like after taking it. Obviously, and I told you, I didn't care really of the effects of me. You know what I mean? That's just my personal choice.
Yeah.
But after seeing all these, like, numbers flying around and then different ways they sway people, dude, like the juvenile, man. Like, come on,
vax that ass up.
Oh, my God.
If you guys haven't seen it, look up, remember that song, Back That Ass Up?
Yep.
They made a new song called Vax That Ass Up.
It was, I thought you were fucking with me. I thought it was like a parody.
It looks
and
like
it wasn't
a parody.
even juvenile until I looked at it and I was like, that's juvenile, dude. That's literally him. And Manny Fresh is in there. But like you said, Lil Wayne was not.
Yeah, he opted out. He did the Trump thing. So yeah, I feel like he did too much. He had to chill out. So it's a tough decision, man. Like at certain times, I feel like I should go ahead and vax that ass up. But at other times, I'm like, dude, I can't trust these fuckers that are telling me to vax my ass
100%. And a lot of that is because the way it's being marketed, it makes it look badder and badder. Like, just worse, you know? Like, when you have vax that ass up, or we're offering you $100 to get vaccinated, like you told me before, like, they never offered that for, like, other vaccines.
If anything's for free, you're the product. That's what I've always heard.
Ooh, I like that.
Like Facebook, for instance, it's free, but you're the product. You know what I mean? Like,
so a lot of people say, like, obviously, I do trust the science, and I will trust the scientists. And we did talk about how it's come to a point where we can't even trust that, and then people would say that you're crazy and you're some conspiracy theorist because you don't trust the scientists. But when you have someone like Fauci, who's up there, who's basically like the Bill Nye of science, you know what I mean? Like, he's a spokes guy, you know what I mean? He's no different from a president who basically is a puppet, right?
I agree. And, it just sucks because I want to do the right thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like my intuition is telling me, like, dude, don't do this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So trust your gut.
It's a catch-22.
Right. So you go with the trust your gut scenario.
That's what I'm going with.
And at the same time, we want to make sure our viewers and listeners understand, like, you do what you want to do. Like, we're not saying if you don't take the vaccine and we're okay with it, you know, don't get mad at us for that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that the world is in peril right now. We need everyone to do their thing, but I trust that people will do their part. Now, obviously, you can't trust 8-some billion people on the planet to all sway one way. You know, it's like politics, you know? Yep. So do the research and then make your own decision on what you want to do.
So, Jay, I would like to speak up on an article I read on the last few days.
Yeah.
So, Japan suspended 1.3 million doses of Moderna vaccine.
What?
Over contamination.
Did you say Moderna?
Is that the one you took?
Maybe.
So they suspended it.
Wow.
Like, you can't get it no more in Japan because they found particles in the vials.
Okay. That's weird.
And yeah, it's really weird.
So is it like, like sometimes when we like kick it one night and we're like having a bottle and shit, and then the next day or a couple days later, you see like there's some like leftovers. You know what I mean? You think you're sipping it professionally.
That could possibly be it. But I thought it was like, I saw it the other day. I'm like, God damn, that's the first sign. Like,
that's some scary shit. Obviously, I mean, trials will happen, try and fail.
Right.
But it's definitely so. Let us know in the comments how you guys feel about it. And if y'all want us to kind of keep talking about it, we would love to have nurses, doctors, anyone you guys know that knows about, not just about the vaccines, but we want to talk about their experiences, right? And like what's going on in the hospitals, what's going on. We want people to get both sides, you know what I mean? That's all we want to do.
It's kind of a played out conversation, but at the same time, it's the most relevant conversation
it is.
Of what's going on right now, so.
And because of that, we have masks mandates now. Again.
Do you wear masks now when you go to Cub Foods and shit like that?
I do, only because I felt like that guy when I was there. And I wasn't. Like, we're in a weird position right now because I feel like if you mask up, you look ridiculous. But if you don't mask up, you look like that dick. You know what I mean? And it just sucks overall. But I think at the end of the day, dude, I'll play it safe always. I'll just put on the mask. You know what I mean? Like, I can withstand 20 minutes or 15 minutes at Aldi, getting some shit. Then... like right now, being at work, when I start back at work, that we're doing masks back in schools.
That's actually a great conversation, man. So you work in a school district.
I do.
And
shout out to all the kids that go to our school. They're amazing.
Shout out to all them little guys. So what's the protocol, man?
So right now, the protocol is we're gonna basically kind of repeat of last year. Kids still have to wear masks. All staff still have to wear masks.
Right.
Parents aren't allowed in the building. We're going to be working on social distancing still, and whatever the cross-contamination. I forgot the word or phrase for that. But, we got to wipe down everything and make sure that's good. And I will be honest with you guys because that's why I want this podcast to be, is just our honesty. And for me, I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about it at all because, for one, I think the kids rocked it last year. They did an amazing job. I'm not going to drop where I am, but most people know who I am. But, the kids showed it. I barely told kids they had to take their mask off. Granted, we're in Minnesota. It could be different than other states. But in our state, our school, the kids did what they needed to do without complaints. It wasn't until the end of the year when they really started getting agitated. And I felt bad for them, and I was with them, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like this, but we didn't, at least my team, we didn't push them to keep their masks on or, yell at them or punish them for not having their mask on. We allow the kids to have a voice, and I hope that continues in 2021-22 school year. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But that's COVID. That's where we are right now. I mean, when you look at the fully vaccinated state by state, I mean, when we're sitting here, we got Minnesota, we have 55% people vaccinated in the state of Minnesota, and we are at 5,663 or whatever. That's a lot of numbers, you know what I mean? For only half the people. So we are divided in a lot of ways. But I think at the end of the day, I think it's more healthier conversations like you and I are having right now. I'm vaccinated, you're unvaccinated, we're best friends, and we haven't fought over this shit at all.
Yeah. And like I said, man, Maybe I didn't say it, but eventually, maybe one day I will get vaccinated.
Yeah.
At this point now, like, I'm just unsure.
So I mean? that brings up. So the FDA did approve. What are your feelings on that?
So, to be honest, man, like, I feel like they approved it just to get things moving along.
Like, what do you want? You want God to say it?
Well, I think they did it, so... right.
You know, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I don't know, man. My gut instinct tells me they approved it just so companies can start implementing their things. Like, for instance, the Army, the Navy, all the,
vaccinated.
Like, they all have to get vaccinated now. You know what I mean? I feel like companies are going to slowly start going that route.
Yeah.
To fly, you're going to have to get vaccinated.
So do you really feel like that takes away from our rights?
I do, man.
As Americans or just as humans alone?
I think they're slowly chipping away at our rights, dude.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, we do have to have vaccines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
I'm not a anti-vaxxer.
No.
You know what I mean? For instance, polio, mumps, rubella, all that shit, you have to get that to get into school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we talked about that before because I did say, like, because we were conversating, like, it took polio or flu or took years to get those vaccinations. But I will say open-heartedly that we are in 2021 now, and we are so deep in technological, like, advances right now where I can see that happening. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's impossible that they did come up with a good vaccine. The world wanted it, and they did it. So would you say that they're trying to do it quickly just to please everybody, or like,
I don't know, man. I don't know what their agenda is.
Yeah,
like, because for one,
that's been a dangerous word lately too. Agenda.
Like, for one, if they, like, all the people that are getting vaccinated, like, there's not gonna be nobody left except for Republicans,
which is true,
and just other skeptical individuals, what I mean? So it's like, I don't think they're trying to kill people off.
I don't think so either. But there's the way the media has been portrayed, the way social media has been dangerous as hell. It's just hard to make that decision because there's so much misinformation and there's also so much divide in the world. And that sucks. I mean, at the end of the day, like I told you before we even went online, like, if it was fully trusted and it was truly believed, this is seriously, it's good. You are good to go. And everyone was 100% behind it. Like, as far as like scientists and everything goes, right. I truly believe the world would respond in a positive way. I just think right now, with the amount of misinformation that's out there and the amount of hatred coming from both sides, like, if you're vaccinated, cool. But if you're not vaccinated, that doesn't mean tear those people down unless they're openly being disrespectful about it. You know what I mean? Like, if they're being assholes about, don't let those vaxxers freaking change you freaking all, sheep. You know what I mean? But then you got the vaxxers that are like, listen, you freaking, you dumb as hell, you don't trust scientists. You know what I mean? It's just, don't let those dumbasses reflect from the fact that there's some real shit out there. There's real numbers, y'all.
Yep.
And there's real things that people need to look into. So do your own research, make your own decision.
Yeah. So, there was another topic we wanted to talk about, man. Remember Joe Biden?
Oh, God.
What happened with Joe Biden, man?
I mean, here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull this up. Let's watch the clip real quick. And we'll come back to it, and we'll talk about it. Hold on. Here's the clip right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, they gave me a list here. The first person I was instructed to call on was Kelly O'Donnell of NBC.
God damn.
Damn, dude.
Hold on, man. So repeat what you just said.
All right, let me back this up a little bit. Here we go.
Finally speak, he actually took questions from reporters. But as he did, he said this.
Ladies and gentlemen, They gave me a list here.
They
The first person I was instructed to call on was
instructed.
Kelly O'Donnell of NBC.
That's the president of the free world.
Yeah.
Basically the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
And he was instructed.
It's very troubling.
Gave a list. They gave him a list, and who instructed him, though?
That's the bothering thing, because as someone who I'll say I voted for him, I did vote for Joe. Obviously, a lot of people are like, they'll throw at you like, this is what you get, blah 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 blah, and like, again, I got no hatred towards people that feel that way or whatever, but I was someone that wasn't I didn't like Trump, man. I'll be honest. Like, they can bring up the numbers and say what Trump did in here and that, but at the end of the day, you're a leader. And like, a lot of people try to clown on that, like, oh, he's not nice, so you guys don't like. No, dude. At the end of the day, let's be honest here. He knew what he was doing. He knew how to manipulate people. He got people riled up. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm at a party with you and we're bored as shit, and we just, we're assholes, and we're like, let's get these two motherfuckers to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll whisper into those motherfuckers' ears and try to, spread rumors to get people to fight. It happens at schools all the time.
Right.
It's rumors and shit like that. But this dude was on television acting a damn fool. And he openly said disrespectful shit about the black community, about any community of color. You know what I mean? He can say he didn't, but he did. So in my personal opinion, I felt better about getting this asshole out the way.
I agree.
Granted, does that make me happy with the person that we brought in here? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't feel good about
God.
Biden. I don't feel good about Biden right now.
I didn't feel good about voting for him. Anyway, I mean, 4 years earlier, we had the lesser of two evils, him or Gremlin Hillary. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. I hate to be that guy. Don't judge a book by its cover, but Hillary looks like a fucking demon, dude. Like, she's terrifying. She just looks like you elect her, and the first thing she's going to do is fuck some shit up.
Right.
So... But yeah, where you at with it?
I feel the same way, man. It's, I voted for Biden because I couldn't stand Trump's ass, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see him for 4 more years.
Yeah.
Because for one, I feel like he brought out the worst in people. You know what I mean? And he didn't tell the truth.
Yeah, he did bullshit quite a bit.
And like, I feel like when we have a president, it has to be somebody that has the same morals that we expect from our kids.
Like a leader.
Yeah. Or,
I mean, Obama alone was a great leader. Was he a fantastic president? No. But at the end of the day, look, you and I always talk about what fucking president has ever done anything for either of us. And we're talking not just a couple years. We're talking decades here. Generational.
Even our black president didn't do shit for us.
Didn't do shit.
He could have tried to do some reparations. He could have did so much.
Oh, so you voted for him because he was black? You goddamn right.
That's the only reason.
You know what I mean? Like,
but he's a great speaker.
And he's a great person.
Yeah, he seems like a good person.
Seems a good one, because we never met him personally. But at the end of the day, dude, it just sucks to hear our own president talk about being instructed, and
who instructed him?
Yeah, you're supposed to be in control. You're supposed to have, motherfucker, it's my turn. Like I told you, if I was up there and I would have been like, ladies and gentlemen, I was instructed to call upon. You know what, though? I was instructed, but I'm going to call on myself because I'm the president. I'm President Sherrier, damn it. You know what I mean? You with the blue tie. What the fuck you got to say? You know what I mean?
The leader of the free world and shit.
So we can't get mad at the conspiracy theorists, quote unquote, who are going nuts right now, because they just gave them fuel to the fire. You know what I mean? So...
It's scary times, to be honest, man.
It is.
It's
fun. Crazy, man.
It's fun to, do Monday night quarterback or Monday night, what's that called? Quarterbacking?
Monday Night Football or?
No, it's fun, to talk about all that shit.
Yeah.
It's scary times,
Yeah.
man.
And don't get us wrong. I mean, we have a lot that we're going to be bringing to this podcast, you guys. I mean, there's going to be a lot of laughs, but there's also going to be a lot of good conversations. So, like what you heard tonight, we're kind of just juggling a few, but just expect more to be talked about that. But we also got other good things coming out, right, Gino?
We do. So we have like some comedy in between. We can't get too deep into it. We got in between comedy that's just gonna shoot out.
Yeah, I mean, we have to. I mean, it's in our blood.
Yeah.
Bro.
So we have comedy, dude. We have some very funny things we're gonna do, man.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we're not gonna talk about it, but all we're gonna say is, dong, 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 dong. That's all we're gonna say for now, and y'all are gonna see it later.
Yep, you got it. So we got great guests that we're gonna be bringing on to the show. We have people all the way from building your own businesses. We have a lot of entrepreneurs that we talk to that kind of help you guys the steps that you need to really start a business,
right?
And just kind of help people along the way. And then also you said we're in the mortgages as well. We got a couple people.
Yep. People talking about mortgages, how to buy your own home, financial literacy.
Yep.
Things I feel like that they should teach in school.
Yeah.
That not things I feel like, things we feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's where the comments and engagement comes in play. We really want people to really get engaged with this podcast, with this video podcast on YouTube and all that. Mm-hmm. Be sure to check us out on Level Up with Gene and Jay. We haven't taken off with that yet, but I'm sure once this first episode launches, everyone will know that it's ready to roll. We also have spirituality that we're going to be bringing into the mix. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shout out to my bro Cliff, who will be coming on here and talking to us about that. But
bless up to Cliff.
Absolutely. But at the end of the day, we just want you guys to have fun just as much as we are, And again, let's have great conversations. Let's keep talking. And who knows, you might even be able to be on the podcast, right? Because we have the power to have fucking Skype calls, right? And phone calls with people. So if you're one of our followers or fans that really want to have a conversation without being a dick about it, don't come on our show talking all reckless. Like be real, you know what I mean? But also be respectful.
So speaking of people on the shows, should we call our old ladies up and have them pay a little homage to they have done?
I just looked. We are at 52 minutes right now.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. I didn't even realize that, dude. So
I feel like we ain't even talked about that.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we haven't even brushed on it. We must really took that COVID vaccine, ran with it. So unfortunately, I think we got to wrap it up,
Let's
dude.
wrap it up, man.
But look forward to that because we do want to get the ladies on here. We got to pay homage to what they did and how they helped really build this off. So
yeah, thank you everybody that helped this podcast.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for watching this till the end.
Thank
those of you that did.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Who else do we got to thank, man?
We'd like to thank us for putting in all the goddamn work to get this thing off the ground. Big shout outs to us for that, and we really hope you guys enjoy it, and we cannot wait to really just roll out with this stuff, dude. I'm really excited. So without further ado, go ahead and take us out, Gino.
Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your input. Thanks for leveling up with Gene.
And I'm Jay.
Peace out.
We'll see y'all later. Holla at your boy.